Morning Singapore, and welcome to the biggest and best breakfast show in Singapore, and some say the world. We are the Big Show, Glenn Angel and the Flying Dutchman, and our guest for this morning and every Monday morning is Natalie Dau at Rockstararms. Good morning, Nat.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back, mate.
Yeah, good day.
Good day.
Oh, here we go again. They can't get enough of the good day.
We almost feel bad, Nat, just talking about, our trip to Queensland and all that because of FD.
Yeah.
I mean, we would have loved for him to come along.
Yeah.
But, unfortunately. Maybe the next one, okay?
The
Abby?
next one.
100% the next one. So what's the John Dory, Natalie?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Look at this. I was jealous of you running, Glenn, on the Gold Coast because that was where I run when I'm down there. So.
Oh, yeah.
It
It's
is
so
her hometown.
beautiful.
It is her hometown.
Yeah, I did a little walker jog that morning, and then went for a walk with Andre after that along the coast. It was beautiful.
There's
so nice.
so much to offer the state, so we really enjoyed exploring it.
Yeah. I think
How was the food?
food was great. We went to a place called Sophia's
On the last night?
on
Yeah.
the last night. It was fantastic.
Yeah, that was at Broad Beach, and then we also went to Rickshaws, which was at Burley Heads.
Yes. My
Beautiful,
favorite.
yeah, beautiful spot, and so many others like Donna Chang at Adina,
Yeah.
and Harvey's on James Street, which you were right. James Street is like probably one of my favorite shopping streets in the world.
Yeah.
I loved
And
it.
of course, we were at Harvey's when we were at James Street.
Yeah.
That's a very good place to makan,
Makan.
as well.
Yeah.
We met the chef PJ, and then at Rickshaw's we met the
James.
chef James Brady.
Yeah,
Right.
And they're going to be opening up another restaurant, which is Latin American. Having said that, we are going to be playing a catch-up video, a sort of a roundup, a wrap video of everything that we did at the end of the show. So that's going to be playing on the Big Show and the Big Show TV at about 8:50.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So just watch out for that.
That's right. So Natalie, let's talk sweating, which is something we didn't do in Queensland.
I did.
Yeah, and it's been hot here, guys. Wow. I think everyone has been suffering with so many races on at the moment. There's been lots of people passing out and lots of people not being able to control their body temperature.
So, I mean, what should we do about it? I mean, what are the things we should look out for? How do we prep ourselves to make sure that this doesn't happen to us?
Yeah, so I think the easiest way to stay safe while you're exercising is to actually watch your heart rate. So humidity and temperature really amplify these. So if you think from 15 to 24 degrees, that small amount, your heart rate's going to increase by 2 to 4 beats per minute.
Wow.
And then you hit 24 to 32, your heart rate can increase by 10 beats a minute, which is massive. That is the easiest way to keep track of how you're feeling if you're exercising outside. Obviously, heat stroke, we saw that in T100, the guy that crossed the line first passed out. The best thing to do when that happens is actually get ice on your body as soon as possible. So if you are seeing anyone in distress, get ice, get them cool, get them in some cold water.
Yeah.
Okay.
But a race like that, the T100, it's like grueling, right? I mean, they were swimming, 2 kilometers?
Yeah.
They were biking as
And
well,
then
weren't they?
biking and running.
Duathlon, yeah.
Yeah. And in our heat, you're absolutely right.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you see, I mean, as long as Nat is around, right? She's here to educate, the triathletes and all that in terms of what they should take, in order to stay hydrated and that prep, right, before the race. That is so important, right, Nat?
Yeah, 2 days before you need to be hydrating with electrolytes, not just water. And then during the race, everyone forgets that during the race you need to do it, especially if you did that long triathlon by yourself. There's lots of options of electrolyte tablets or drinks. So it's not just about fueling, it's also about hydrating right.
That's right. All those people who came down with, what was that? Heat stroke.
Heat stroke, yeah.
Probably had a drinking session the night before.
Okay.
Okay, let's continue to, talk to Nat and work out with her exclusively on the Big Show TV. Up next, Ellie Goulding. This is By the End of the Night on KISS 92.
Okay, let's work out.
All right.
Let's
Okay,
go.
guys.
This one I'll do. This one.
You,
You might, you
you,
guys
you're
might hear
looking,
it sore.
you're looking great, by the way, Nat. You look
Oh,
fantastic.
thank you, thank you. Yeah, maybe not so much after Paris with the bread and the red wine, but yeah, not too.
You probably needed that. You needed that.
I did. All right, guys. So we're going to go straight into some weights today. I figured go hard or go home. We're going to be doing clean and presses, some single leg RDLs, that's Romanian deadlifts, some rows and some squats. So a whole body workout today. Get some dumbbells that you can use for the whole lot, so don't go too crazy heavy. It's about lasting the set, not stopping. We're going to do 40 seconds of work and 20 seconds of rest. So we're going to start with that clean and press first. 3, 2, 1. So we're bringing it up from our waist to our shoulders and then up and back down. So it's almost like a bicep curl, but not quite, because we're using a little bit of hip movement to get it up to our shoulders and then above our heads. Now, again, if you don't have dumbbells at home, do the usual water bottles, or you can just use nothing as well too. So just be using your body weight for this. That's it, keep with me. Good job, 5 seconds left. Okay, now we're going to put one dumbbell down and just use one for the RDL. So this time we're going to start on our right leg, so our right leg will remain grounded. We're holding the dumbbell in the opposite hand, so left hand this time, and we are going to just go down and up. So that leg doesn't have to go all the way out at the back, but you want to raise it a bit, and then we're just tapping our toe as we come back in. You should feel this all down your hamstring. So a really good one to strengthen those. You should be feeling it in the glutes. And make sure that the foot that's on the ground is really well grounded. A little bit of balance involved in this. So if it's too hard, pop the weight down and just go down with your body weight. And it's easier if you look maybe a metre ahead as you go down as well. All right, we're going to swap hands now. Going to do the other side. A little challenge, just try and keep holding the dumbbell the whole time without putting it down. So we're working on our grip strength as we do this as well. Getting ready to go in 5 seconds. All right, here we go. Now, remember, opposite hand, opposite leg. And like I always say, you're going to have one leg that's easier to balance on than the other, so a great way to pick out what weaknesses you might have. So whatever leg was not as stable, maybe you need to spend a few more minutes just working on some balancing exercises with that, or strengthening it a little bit more, a couple more reps on that leg. Good job, get a nice rhythm, a couple more seconds to go. All right, this time we're going to pick up both dumbbells. And we're going to do alternating rows. So 10 seconds, we're going to be bent over, just hinged at our hips, knees are nice and soft, we're not in a squat position. Dumbbells in front of us, and alternating hands. So just having it nice and relaxed in front, and then pulling up, keeping that hand really close to our side, and we're going up just to our chest level. Good job, and nice rhythm, squeezing that back as we go up. 5 more seconds, stay with me here. All right, you can pop one dumbbell down. We're going to finish with a nice strong squat. We're going to do a wide leg squat. So we're going to hold the dumbbell by its head at the top. Legs are further than hip width apart. And we're going to go down now and up. So make sure you're getting that full extension and almost a hip thrust at the top, pushing those knees out as you go down, feeling it in your glutes and also in your inner thighs this time, so working the inner thighs. Nice job. No, relaxing, we're not stopping at the top and not stopping at the bottom, we're keeping a nice flowing movement. And again, if it's too hard with the dumbbell, body weight is absolutely fine as well. Good job, everyone. Easy.
97 beats per minute.
Not too bad.
It's going down now. 92.
Of course, because you're sitting down now.
Once you sit down.
Nat, how's your prep for Project 1000 coming along?
It is, I hope it's going okay. It's less than 5 weeks now. So
You have something on May the 4th. You want to talk about that?
Yes. I've got a charity auction happening then. So getting together some people just to celebrate it, and they can all have fun.
Where is it going to be? Can anyone go?
Yeah, anyone can go. They can buy tickets. It's at Boomerang on May 4th at 5:30.
Oh,
Nice.
Boomerang, where? Mohammed Sultan?
Robertson Key.
Robertson.
Yeah, so beer, wine, pizza, all the fun stuff for everyone.
Nice. Charity event to raise money.
May
4th. May the 4th be with you.
May 4th.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's a what? That's a Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Saturday. Okay, we're going back on air. Let's talk about that a little bit more. Hold on.
Yeah, sure.
Kiss 92 traffic.
Just
Wait a minute. Oh, sorry. I don't know why I was ready to jump in.
with
sorry.
weather, yes,
Yeah.
okay. Just the one situation on the CTE towards the AYE at the Ang Mo Kio Avenue 5 exit. A vehicle's broken down. You know why you wanted to jump in? Because you were doing it
I was
all
doing
week
it all
last
week,
week, so
yeah.
it's okay. Just that situation, and of course the usual peak hour traffic. Look out for that and stay safe.
All right, welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. It's Glenn Angel and the Flying Dutchman. Our guest for today is Natalie Dau.
Good morning, Natalie. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, guys. It's so nice to be back. I missed you all.
We missed you too, but we got to know your city a little bit better, and we'll be doing a little catch-up video at the end of the Big Show TV at 8:50. So if you want to watch that, you can join us on YouTube and Facebook. But Natalie, tell us a little bit more about this charity event that you have happening for Project 1000 on May the 4th.
Yes, well, it's less than 5 weeks until I start the run. So we're holding an event on May 4th at Boomerang at 5:30. Tickets are available. Anyone is welcome to attend, and we've got some amazing prizes that people can bid on, all in the name of Project 1000 and the charity girls. So, I urge anyone to come along for a fun night. You get beer, wine and pizza. I'll be keeping it clean, but I'd love to meet people and get them to know more about what we have planned.
Okay, if you want to
Nice.
find out more about the project, it's project1000.run.
All right. Okay. So, Nat, I just want to say that when I was at the Gold Coast, I enjoyed that run tremendously. So, I think, especially during this time of the year, right? Anyone who runs, at the Gold Coast, somehow will feel absolutely great because of the weather. Why is the weather so good this time of the year? In Queensland, in Brisbane, on the Gold Coast, as compared to the other cities.
Yeah, it's a bit further north, and Brisbane's a bit more like Singapore in that it does, and Gold Coast, it does get that little bit of humidity. So for us, it's an easy transition, and especially it feels great for you because you've come from humidity, you're going into something that's a couple of degrees less, a couple of degrees less humid as well. So when you're running, you probably could have run a lot further than you do in Singapore, and that's why everyone loves doing, marathons or races, and they do their personal best in places that are not Singapore, just because it's generally easier to run in those climates.
Right.
I wore a windbreaker, thinking, I might catch a chill, right? Windbreaker on, I think I ran for at least a kilometer before I started really perspiring.
Yeah.
So then I took off the windbreaker.
But you do
Okay.
feel like you can go further because you're not sweating buckets. It's easier to breathe because the air is a little bit cleaner and crisper as well.
Yeah.
So I could have probably run 5 kilometers, maybe.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe,
sure.
yeah.
I'm sure. And I was talking to some people over there, and they were like, in Brisbane, the Gold Coast, the weather is really, really good all year round.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, you go in July for Gold Coast Marathon and it's always sunshine. It's actually, I swim in the beach at that time of year too because it can get up to early 20s. So it is a fantastic place to go year round.
We need to make a trip back again then. The Gold Coast Marathon is coming around already. My goodness, I remember the last time you went up and we were just saying, oh, we want to go with you and run as well. Maybe this year.
I think so.
Anyway, we need to work out again.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
All right, so let's go on the Big Show TV. Once again, it's 8:17.
Kiss 92 Time Check brought to you by Pootie.
One more talk.
All right, guys. We're getting it on again. Pick up those dumbbells. Let's get ready. Maybe we can challenge ourselves a little bit more this time. Whether you want to go heavier or a few more reps in there, or think about your form, but challenge yourself in a different way. We've started by doing those clean and presses. Good job. I'm going a little bit faster in this set. These weights aren't too crazy heavy, so for me, a little bit higher reps. If you've got heavy weights, then focus on your form. Good job. Really extend at the top. Feel that back and those shoulders working. This is a great all-over exercise too. One of my faves. All right. One dumbbell down, getting ready for those RDLs. We're working on those hamstrings. All right, don't forget leg day, obviously. Everyone forgets hamstrings. I like to do quads. So these are the things that keeps our knee extra safe. So if you've had a knee injury, you should absolutely be doing exercises like these to help support your knee. Even single leg stand-ups from a chair is a good one to do at work. If you don't have weights, then just getting up and down with one leg on your chair. From your chair, not on top of your chair. Good job. 10 seconds more on this leg. Try and think about your balance. All right, don't put that dumbbell down, we're just changing hands. Give those legs a little shake out. Getting ready to go. Okay, opposite leg, opposite hand. Going in 3, 2, 1. Down we go and back up. So as you come back up, full extension and just tap the ground very gently with that other leg. We don't want to be resting our hand that doesn't have the dumbbell on our thigh. So pop it out to the side for balance, or pop it on your hip, or wherever you like, but don't be resting it on your leg. That's it. 10 more seconds to go. We've picked up the pace a little bit in this set, which is great. All right. So let's pick up that other dumbbell. Again, we have to put them down. We're holding them, working on that grip strength, getting ready for those rows. So dumbbells in front, as you can see. That's where we're leaving them hanging. Slightly hinged at the hips, knees are soft. And bringing that dumbbell up to our chest. And then all the way back down. And really squeezing in that back as you're coming up. Don't be lifting yourself up. If you are, the dumbbells are too heavy, so you want to maintain that nice, strong back. No pressure on the lower back. And be really isolating the arms doing this. Rows are great because if you're sitting at a desk, you're not opening the shoulders so much. So this is a really good way to open the shoulders. All right, last exercise, one dumbbell down, keep your hands on that other one. We're getting ready to squat. Remember, wide leg, feet slightly turned out. We're grabbing the head of the dumbbell. Getting ready to go in 3, 2, 1. So if you want to mix it up this time, you can join me. We're going to do 3 full reps, and then we're going to do 3 little pulses, and then 3 full reps and 3 pulses, just to mix it up a bit. So we're going down for the pulse. 1, 2, 3. Good job, a great way to start Monday. Getting ready to pulse again. 1, 2, 3. Almost there, guys. Finish strong. Pulse it out to the end. All right, well done.
Hello. Good
Hello,
morning.
hello.
We're here.
Hey! That was good.
We were just talking about how great SQ was for us flying to Brisbane.
Yeah, they were nice.
Yeah. Only thing is they don't have premium economy anymore on those flights, because I was sitting next to an older couple and they were doing that first leg. They were going to go up to Rome and the Mediterranean, and the husband was quite tall, and she said they were a little bit uncomfortable because they couldn't get the premium economy. So I don't know why they switched the planes up for that.
Yeah, I think they go to Sydney, not Brisbane.
They go to Sydney, yeah.
But not much of a difference, what, premium economy?
You get a little bit more leg room.
get more leg room.
And
Like
the,
what,
I think
1
the
inch?
No, and the seat goes back a bit more, so you do get it is between
Like,
premium.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's a little bit like Scoot Business.
Yeah.
So it does make a difference, especially if your legs are like up against the seat.
Yeah.
That's right.
Very true.
Especially for Nat, right? I mean, Matt.
Matt, can you? Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Matt.
Nat's hubby.
Yeah.
Matt is, how tall is he again? 1.94.
Yeah, so 6'4", yeah.
6'4", about.
Wow.
He cannot sit in economy even if he wanted to. Would not be able to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just reading online about Air New Zealand's new lay flat economy seats. So what it is you book the whole row. I don't know how much the cost is. You book the 3, and the 3 seats actually roll out into a flat bed.
Wow.
So you're still in economy, but you get to book those 3 seats, and it flattens out.
Which airline is this?
Air New Zealand.
Air New Zealand.
Air New Zealand.
Obviously,
yeah.
they weren't
Interesting.
thinking very clearly.
No, they designed the whole plane to be like that, Glenn.
Yeah. Interesting.
So that's quite handy. Yeah.
Yes, it's not bad, because if you're not fussed on food and drinks, then that's not a bad, and you just want the leg room, that's not a bad way to go.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Obviously, not an airline who's thinking about like profits.
Oh, Glenn, they're thinking about the customer comfort. How about that?
How about they implement that for a while and then they take it away? It'll be even worse.
How about you stop shooting them down? How about that? Don't
How
knock
about,
it.
I'm all for experimenting, but think properly.
How
before-
about you stop talking?
Okay.
all right.
Okay, we're going on air one
Nice
last
to know
time.
nothing has changed while they've been away.
Not yet. We still got one more song.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, we can keep on talking.
We can keep on talking. Yes. What should we talk about?
You know, Nat, we were talking about staying cool just now and hydrating before these runs and these marathons and things and electrolytes. Are there natural remedies out there that we can use?
There are, so a little bit different, and things people maybe don't realise, but something like basil. So they say if you chew 4 to 5 basil leaves, it actually helps keep the heat at bay. So obviously people put them in iced teas and different things, but actually chewing basil leaves is meant to detoxify and help with heat. So that's a bit of a new one that I didn't know. Obviously mint is a big one because that's cooling. It's always great in an alcoholic drink, but it is also good in teas, and it's refreshing. Aloe vera, of course, it's great for our skin, but it's also good. It's also good for the digestive system. So if you're drinking aloe juice, is good. And the last one is Some people like it, some people don't. Chinese parsley or coriander. So that's got a lot of antioxidants in there which help with digestion issues and then keep the body cool.
Oh, okay.
Well, does it really? So, they used to parsley, right? You mentioned parsley, right?
Chinese parsley.
Whenever we order chicken rice, they'll put some parsley on top, right?
No, it's coriander.
Oh, that's
It's
coriander.
yeah. They call it Chinese parsley.
Chinese parsley, yeah.
Wait, so is that what I'm talking about? Is that what Nat is talking about?
Not
No.
parsley. She's talking about Chinese parsley. Very
parsley.
different.
Okay.
Because coriander is.
So the one on top of the chicken, what is that again?
It's coriander.
Yeah.
Which is
Coriander.
Chinese
Chinese
parsley.
parsley.
But if you just say parsley, there's Italian parsley, there's
Okay.
English parsley.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Right.
that's coriander.
I guess what I wanted to say was, I used to throw the Chinese.
So did I when
coriander
I was a
away.
kid. Oh, I didn't
Really?
like it at
Yeah.
all.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But now I do.
Because it was a little bit bitter and it had a funny smell.
Yeah. It is an acquired taste.
It is a bit.
Okay, stand by. We're going on air. One last time.
Kiss 92 traffic.
If you're thinking of heading down the BKE towards the PIE, look out for an accident vehicle right after the Mandai Road exit. Also on the KJE towards the PIE, right before the PIE Tuas exit, look out for a broken down vehicle. If you spot anything else, it's 88550920.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Coming up very soon, Nian Tjoe, our senior transport correspondent from the Straits Times. But right now, we're still talking to Natalie Dau at Rockstararms.
Yeah, and we were talking with Natalie about how to beat the heat in a smart way. So we were talking a little bit about how you can prep yourself with electrolytes, also with fortified basil and coriander and all those sort of things that keep your insides healthy. But what about things like staying cool? Are there any sort of things we could possibly wear to stay cooler than normal?
Yes, it's always down to
we can't hear
I
you,
think
Nat.
you're muted or disconnected.
Oh, we can't hear you now.
Okay,
Okay,
now you're
Try
on.
it again.
Okay, it's always down to light clothing, hats, keeping on that sunscreen. But something I do want to do is just for parents out there, if you've got kids are the most high risk of getting sunstroke. We don't realise their sweat glands aren't developed and they can't really regulate their body temperature. So we all think about ourselves running, but think about the kids, out there playing rugby or soccer or whatever sport they are. So I think as the temperature gets hotter over the next couple of months, just make sure that you're actually looking after the kids that are out there playing sport too.
I didn't
Yeah, that is
know
true.
that. I didn't know kids can't perspire.
Well, no,
she didn't say kids can't
They
perspire.
can,
Oh.
but their glands are not developed as much as ours.
Right.
They perspire bucket loads. If it's
Okay,
not that,
I see.
and kids will just play and they will just sweat and they won't really bother about what's
Yeah,
happening with
what's
them.
happening.
Yeah.
But if they're dehydrated, we have to make sure that they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I always misunderstand.
You always misunderstand.
Yeah, please
yes.
excuse me. My mind is all muddled right now. I've got so many things in my head, right,
Right,
about
right,
Queensland.
Right,
Okay,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, so I need to get everything out of my system. Maybe
need a filing system in your
I'll be
head.
all right by Wednesday.
Okay, all
Okay.
right. My goodness.
Right now,
we-
I'm thinking about O'Reilly's rainforest retreat.
Yes, that was
Yeah.
lovely.
That was nice.
It
That
was
was
so
really-
beautiful.
Natalie, have you ever been up to the hinterlands?
I have, yes, and I'm I'm going to go and book a flight back in July, I think, to go and visit because I'm
Yes.
jealous of you guys.
Yeah, but if anyone who has sort of seasickness or car sickness, you need to take a pill before going up to O'Reilly's because it's the windy roads are like what used to be for Genting. Going up, they're really, really windy roads.
Yeah.
It's a 2-hour drive, but it's fun once you get up there.
Yeah, but more scenic, I have to say.
Very scenic. It's
than
called
if
the
you're going
Scenic
up
Rim,
to,
right?
To
Yeah.
Genting.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
more scenic in Gent. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just more, I don't know, it was more pleasant.
In Genting?
No,
I don't remember.
I haven't been to Genting
Yeah,
in like 40
exactly.
years.
Yeah. So
yeah.
it was very
Less
scenic up there.
casinos.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Nat, for joining us this morning. Good to see you again after like a 2-3 week break.
Thanks, guys. Stay healthy, get back exercising and into routine.
All right.
We will.
Okay.
See you, Nat.
bye.
Bye, Nat.
And that was Natalie Dau. Up next, we'll be speaking to the senior transport correspondent from the Straits Times, Nian Tjoe, whom we haven't seen in about 2 weeks as well.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about the good, bad, and the
1 week, sorry.
good, bad, and the ugly about the ERP 2.0.
Oh, nice. Okay, we're going to start talking to Nian Tjoe on the Big Show TV. Meantime, here's Rihanna with Disturbia on Kiss 92.
Okay, so Nian Tjoe, this was a story that just came out in the Straits Times 2 days ago. It was written by yourself. It's basically a review about the onboard unit for the ERP 2.0, and you're going to talk a little bit about what you think.
Yes.
Tell us what you think.
So, to cut to the chase, it's not that bad.
Okay.
Really?
Oh,
Yes.
really?
All right, bro. Thanks.
That's a good review from
I'm
you.
happy to know that.
So, I think so. The context is that we fitted it into a car that is quite old, right? It is from 2007, so it's 17 years old now. So this car does not have many things. It doesn't have a lot of leathers and the kind of tight gaps that you might be concerned with, especially for those of us with the more posh, more luxurious cars. So because one of the concern is installation.
Okay.
You want to fit this thing in. I think it consists of essentially up to 3 parts, right? Currently, our cars and our motorbikes will have just one. This new system, it consists of 3 parts.
Okay.
Up to 3 because the screen is optional.
Yeah.
So that was one of the questions in our head. Do we really need that screen?
And?
And for most of us, I would say no. I would say no because the screen basically, the things that you want to know from the screen, you can actually get it from your smartphone.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, because that's the alternative. The alternative is that you can use your smartphone using certain apps that are approved to actually,
Get
project
the
this
same
stuff.
information, right?
Yeah, nearly everything.
Okay.
Right? And then I realized I couldn't do it on this old car, so I went to find a newer car to try it. And I realized that there was actually among the, I think to date we have about 4 apps now. Since the story went up, one more app came on.
Okay.
So that's to show you there is progress on the back end. This one app we found that actually will be projected onto your CarPlay or Android Auto. This means if you have a modern car, not like my 17-year-old banger,
With the big screens.
yes, you can actually get this information from the screen,
Oh,
from your car's infotainment
Okay.
system.
So what you're saying now essentially is, in a nutshell, the older cars will have to go with the 3 gadgets, and the newer cars just the 2.
I think it really depends on the user. So I was thinking, so why would you want to use the screen? One of the biggest advantages is you don't have to go and fire up the phone, get the app and all that, just to see if there's money in your cash card, just to know that you're going to be charged $1 when you cross a gantry.
Right.
Yeah, so it's that convenience part of it, which can also apply if you think about it, if it is a car that is shared. I'm
Yes.
thinking
Yeah,
rental car
okay.
companies and all that, you wouldn't bother to, hey, you want to rent a car, you need to do this extra step.
Right.
Yeah, so on that front, okay, maybe you don't really want to have the screen or just convenience, because personally, I don't have the habit of firing up a navigation system on my phone. Just
Same.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So on that, if you think about it, maybe the screen isn't that such a bad idea.
I think I'll opt for the screen actually.
So information-wise, it's just how much money you have left, or
No,
how much?
other things as
what
well,
what
right?
else is
A
on
couple
it?
of things, right? So let's argue for the screen. Why
Okay,
having the
let's-
screen would be a good
yeah,
idea?
okay.
So primarily, of course, is to show you what you would want to know about ERP charges.
Right.
Right? You pass the gantry, goes beep, and then there's $1. You're $1 poorer. The other thing would be
We're for the screen, remember?
no. This is the screen, not the system. Road pricing, that's a bigger topic. So besides knowing this ERP charges, how much money is in your card, as well as how much you just paid, is that it would also be able to give you indications, say when you're driving into a bus lane operating hours.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah, but this is also on the app.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Right? It also tell you if you're into a school zone, silver zones, and all these different places to give you a bit of extra awareness. Right? This is always a good idea, a bit of information. What the screen can do that you can't, at least at this point, that is not applicable for your apps, right, is the ability to temporarily pause the use of your cash card. Why do you want to have something like that? Is oftentimes because one of the arguments, right, so we talk about the 3Ps, right, or the three body problem, is this thing that the gadget where you're going to put in your card might not be readily accessible in the vehicle.
Okay.
Right? So that means you can't pull out your card if you say you have a complimentary parking ticket.
Right.
Yep.
So one of the innovations
Right.
that's introduced literally on the Friday when the story went up is that you could pause that card reader
Okay.
so that if you have that complimentary ticket, you can then tap, and then you will resume.
Oh,
Genius. I
That's
love it.
very good.
And
So-
that's not available on the apps.
Currently, it's not on the
Not,
app.
okay,
Yeah. So
okay.
this.
You know why? Let me just tell you why the apps is a bad idea to let people use their phones, right? Because while they're looking at whatever, right, then a message comes in or whatever, and they'll be distracted.
But
You know
I think
what
This is true.
well, I mean, if that's the problem, that problem exists the moment you put a phone in the car,
That's true.
Yeah,
right? Whether it's from ERP or
But this,
from
I feel like, will make it worse. Because now they'll have their phones open,
Yep.
and then
But you're not constantly looking at the screen or the phone
yeah.
anyway,
but
right?
they'll give them an excuse, see, that they're now using
Yeah.
But
they
that's
can
the
use
same
their
with a
phone.
WhatsApp message thing in.
yeah.
True, but it's
Yeah.
not legal, right? I mean, we're trying to discourage
Yep.
people from doing that. But
Yeah.
with this,
Yeah.
everyone will have an excuse. No?
This is true.
I tend to disagree. Because if we use the on the majority of apps, well, not many, there are only 4, right? The apps that are actually running on the phone that can give you the ERP information. When do you need ERP information?
When you pass in a ERP.
Usually, I would argue not even when you're passing,
Just,
because
yeah.
if you got zapped, you're zapped,
Yeah.
right? It's just check your balance. You don't drive and
Yeah.
I wonder how much money is in my wallet. Then you start driving and start filling through your wallet. So I don't think on that front this is something that is so much of a concern.
Yeah.
That's true. lah.
So
I
you
guess
were
because, you know what, when I'm in my car, my phone is on airplane mode.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
So
So you're talking about 4 apps. I saw in the article there's an app called Breeze.
Yes.
What other apps are there?
So there is the base, the one that is from the LTA called ERP 2.0. Very intuitive name.
Oh wow. Okay, they tendered for that. I'm sure. Yeah.
There could have been a suggestion box that was passed around. We don't know.
And we ended up with that. Yeah.
Yeah. But what it does, ERP 2.0 does exactly, well, at least visually when you look at it, the app when it launches,
Same.
it looks just like that screen that you would otherwise
So
have.
it's
this
for
touch screen.
those that don't want to put that extra screen
Yes,
in.
yeah.
Okay.
I
and I'm
would-
very scared already because they're already prepping everybody already.
Yeah.
ERP 2.0,
Yeah.
there'll be a 3.0, 4.0,
2.1.
5.0. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, that's even worse.
Okay. So ERP 2.0 Breeze.
Yeah, so the other one is Breeze. So Breeze is the one it seems to be the most, the strongest
Popular.
one for now because it is essentially a navigation app.
Okay.
Right, then this navigation app, as I've learned, actually has existed for a little while. Breeze has existed for a while, and one of those things that the value adds, we can call it, besides telling you how to get from here to there and the route, is that it also tells you parking charges, ERP charges that you might face
Okay.
along the
Oh,
way.
right.
So this is quite useful. So the others, I tried out this other one that is a bit of a tongue twister, Galaxio Galu.
Okay.
How do you spell that?
GALA.
Sounds like Galaxy, but with a
XIO.
Galaxio.
CIO.
CIO.
Galaxy.
But this seems to be like a work in progress. Right, when I
Okay.
fire it up, try to pair it, it says, "Oh, this is in beta mode
Beta
and all
mode.
that." So you're basically contributing to the development.
They're jumping on board to try and
But
get
it
that.
also is essentially a navigation app.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think the thinking is along this path, right? That is this path, navigation, and then since it's ERP when you're passing. Right. Then the last one that just came up is one from I believe you can call them a car portal. It's called Motorist.
Okay.
So this one is really quite fresh. I only saw it on Friday. I haven't actually gone to explore too much into it, but on this site itself, it also carries a lot of any information you want, whether it's down to putting in data of your own vehicle ownership, because it's data.
Okay. All right. Let's go back to traffic.
Yes.
Nobody got you the way I do, the way I do. Nobody, 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 nobody got you the way I do.
Kiss 92 traffic.
There's just one little situation on the KJE. This is heading towards the PIE. A vehicle's broken down right before the PIE Tuas exit. If you spot anything at all, you can WhatsApp us at 8855-0920.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. We just spent 5 minutes talking to Nian Tjoe about what we'll be talking about today, ERP 2.0. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, our senior transport correspondent from the Straits Times, Mr. Lee Nian Tjoe.
Yay! We need a round of applause here.
We'll give you a big welcome because
Yeah.
we miss you. It's been a week.
I miss you too.
Oh, look at that. So, Nian Tjoe, today we're talking about the new ERP gadget that
Yep.
is going to be installed in everyone's cars. It's not
Yes.
fully installed yet, right?
No,
You wrote an article 2 days ago in the Straits Times. You did a review on it. You plugged it into an old car. You put it into a new car. We've talked a little bit about it just now on the Big Show TV. So, in a nutshell, what is your verdict?
The verdict is it depends on what you need. But my vote is that, at least for the majority of us who drive our own vehicles, like our own vehicles as opposed to a shared one, I think it's not that bad. It's not that bad in terms of the concerns of, do I need a screen, do I not need a screen. Remember that the whole the key attribute or the arguments about the system that's coming in involves 3 pieces of gadgets, right? Compared to what we're familiar with, which is the one thing we call the IU.
Yeah.
So this onboard unit consists of three parts. One is a processing unit. That's the one that also holds your card. 2 is the GPS antenna. Right, this one is the easy one because it basically takes over the place where you'll find your IU. It's stuck onto your windscreen. The third one is the touchscreen display. This is the one that you can opt out of if you think you don't need to. So for us, we started in the course of the review of figuring out, do we need to have that screen? Is it a must?
How big is it, by the way, the screen?
The reference here is going to be tough. The screen size is, if some of us may remember the days of using a Garmin navigation gadget that you stick onto your windscreen.
Yeah, like the old Garmins and TomToms.
Yes, Garmin, TomToms, and a whole barrage of
So in
brands.
reference to like a mobile phone?
It would be roughly...
My Pro Max?
No, smaller.
Two-thirds the size of a Pro Max.
Yeah.
2/3.
The size
Okay.
of a Pro Max.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just slightly smaller than this.
About there.
Okay.
The question is because where are you going to mount it, right? So this is another thing that is in the back end of before for the motorists out there, whether you have an existing vehicle or you're the upcoming your new vehicles from May will get these stuff fitted in the car. So there's a certain bit of room for you to negotiate or discuss with either your on the car dealership side for a new vehicle, or with the technician we're actually going down onto the ground. Like in my case, we did it at Vicom at Bukit Batok. This is like you need to book an appointment and whatnot. So you're going to discuss with the technician or the salesperson at the dealership, do you want to have the screen? And where are you going to locate that processing unit? Now, why is that important? Because the processing unit is where you're going to hold the card, your cash card or motoring card or whatever it's going to be called. So this card, you want it to be somewhere near you, near enough that you can, while you're passing a gantry or passing a car park gantry at least, you could reach for it. Okay. Right, so this discussion is kind of quite important because you got to figure out this is my use case. I think there are already instances where somebody says, I can put it here because I need to roll my passenger seat forward or back a lot.
Yeah.
Gets in the way. I want to
Mm.
hide it because I'm a bit, I really want to keep how the car looks all very pretty and original state. So these are the discussions you need to work with the person at the other end.
So these are things you need to think about even before going to get
Well, I
the
wouldn't say you have to
installation.
think about, but the nice thing is that because so installation actually started as early as November.
Okay.
So there's a certain amount of experience that's been accumulated as well.
Right.
So for those who are, I think, buying a new car, right, your new car will come from May onwards. I'm sure on the other end of the discussion, your salespeople and all that, they would have worked out. We found these 2 places that are really good for you to consider. You can put it here or there, no problem. So you have this thing.
I'm collecting my car tomorrow.
So if you're collecting your car tomorrow, you still get the old unit.
The old unit.
And then in a couple of weeks, you got to go change it. I don't understand why the new cars...
Hang on. Okay,
No.
it won't be weeks. I don't think it'll be weeks because it will not make very much sense for everybody on board.
Okay.
It'll be progressively rolled out.
Okay.
So I don't need to do anything until they
Yes,
tell me
yeah.
to do
They
it.
tell you
It
to
could
do
be
it.
next year even.
Or the year later.
Oh, okay.
There
There you go.
are
No
there
worries.
are installation charges for these things, aren't there?
Not if you are called and then you fill in, like say, I'm going to make a booking.
Right.
So I believe there's a 2-month window. So if you get we should be starting to get our invitation to install for existing units somewhere in May.
Okay.
So from
Okay.
then on, when they say that you have 2 months to work it out, to find a timing to get it fitted.
Yeah. Then you said maybe next year also can, you said?
Oh, they're
because it really
rolling
depends,
out.
because there are, for context, there's nearly 1 million vehicles out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? Yes, there are some that have already been done, but it's a minuscule proportion versus the total population.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. We'll continue to talk to Nian Tjoe on the Big Show TV. Meantime, here's Louis Capaldi. Before You Go on Kiss 92. Oh, so it's not all together.
No. So I noticed you call the current units IUs, right? In vehicle units, right? But then you also mentioned onboard units. So what are they officially calling the new system?
Yeah, so I guess you can say there's a new word that we need to learn for motorists is this thing called the OBU, the onboard unit.
It's the onboard unit now. No longer
Onboard,
the IU, so
Yeah.
they know that what they're talking
Yeah,
about.
this is
Forgot
just
about that. You did mention this the last time
The
we spoke
OBU.
about
The OBU.
The OBU.
Yeah, the
okay.
OBU.
Okay, let's speak about installation wires.
Yes.
Okay, because right now you've got the little wires just on that one unit.
Yes.
But now you've got up to 3.
4.
For what?
Because it needs to go to tap into the power source.
So there are 4 what?
4 wires.
4 wires.
Yeah,
Okay.
wires.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
more complicated because got to take a few steps back again on what is the onboard unit supposed to do. The onboard unit for us on the user side doesn't really change much because you got to some way pay for road charges. But the concept of this ERP 2.0 that includes using the OBU and what have you is the potential to actually allow us to do distance, not us, but to be charged by our distance that we cover. Right, but this is a longer term, or rather, it seems in the recent discussions, it's not on the horizon just yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so you were kind of like having a really powerful system in total, vehicles as well as the sort of satellite navigation technology that it entails.
Yeah.
All this is there to prepare that it can do this. But on the motorist end, it doesn't change. You put in the card, you pass the gantry, beep, you're $1 poorer.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really change that much. But that's it. This
Then who's $1 richer? Oh, don't answer that question.
That's another
Let's not
conversation.
even go there.
So on that front, it doesn't change. But because the system has all these capabilities, it just means that there are more parts. More parts there is, of course, that come with it is complexity.
Yeah.
More
Right.
cables and all that. Yeah, I think the good thing about this rollout, or at least it's as well managed as I can imagine, is that first back in November they started, inviting some guinea pigs in. Right, these were like fleet operators, those with delivery vehicles, for example. Then you get those things done. Along the way, they also actually our public buses already are fitted with it without you knowing it, because look, our lives
You
hasn't
don't
changed,
need
right?
to do
Yeah.
anything. Yeah.
So now we're starting to get to the more troublesome people. That's us, the majority of us.
Yeah. Motorbikes just have one gadget.
Yes. So the motorcycles have already started, new motorcycles, since February.
So, and the card goes in, it
Yes.
tells you how much. So
Yes.
why can't cars have one gadget?
So we've been told.
Then
I'm
it'll
just
just be
wondering-
what we have now.
No,
huh?
exactly. No, I'm just
Exactly,
wondering.
so why the need?
They've upgraded the motorbikes as well, obviously,
yes.
to have a unit, but
Yeah.
it's just one. But then they've upgraded the cars to have a unit, which is 3. So I'm just wondering, why can't they just use the same thing that they're using for the bikes and put it in the
Put it
car?
in the car.
Because
Yeah.
they don't
I mean,
really care
what
about
change-
the motorbikes.
What changes there? What is the difference between the two?
So the motorcycle units, this single is a one-piece OBU.
Okay.
This one-piece OBU, we've been told the challenge about it is that if you put it into a cabin, right, of a car, of a truck, and all that, it cannot take the heat. It's not good in terms of heat dissipation,
Right.
right?
Okay.
So the
Like an oven, almost, because it's closed.
yeah, I mean, side note, right? There was a story of somebody that was nearly cooked in her Tesla for the software upgrade. It gets really hot in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
So the on a vehicle unit where you have this 3-piece or 2, you're decoupling them.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. You're separating the units
Yes.
to make it more
Yeah,
pieces.
I mean, coming back to it is that because this system is supposedly that powerful, we can do so many things. Many things means you need many parts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's about managing this for the longevity. Bear in mind that these things, what we would like to have, at least in the course of time that you own the vehicle, you don't want to be setting it in every time. There's a warranty, so you can bring it back in. It's inconvenient. You want something to be tough.
Yeah.
Do you foresee any teething problems?
Well, I think that if any teething problem will really be on our end as motorists. So
Okay.
one of those things that we explored during the course of the review is, I can't reach, in the case of that car that we fitted into, right, it's you can't reach the cash card properly. You can't without removing your seatbelt, reaching out. I have
Right.
colleagues who have actually tried some of these new cars. They've started, so these are like spanking new, state-of-the-art vehicles with the touchscreen and everything. Well, that gadget is tucked under somewhere. So if you were to go through a gantry, and then these are those instances where you need to tap your card.
Yeah.
So one possible
Undo the
scenario
belt
is
and
undo the belt, get out of the car, get the
Oh,
passenger
you
my
can
gosh.
get your woman to just come.
And if
you
your
know,
woman
to the
is
other
not
side and just-
you don't have a woman in the car, you're traveling alone, then what happens?
I only talk about the women.
Or you disable your card and carry a second
I
card.
ain't gonna
Yeah.
get
Oh.
like my buddy to come across.
No, I'll
it.
tell you what
Right?
people will do. They'll carry a second card.
That's inconvenient,
Yes.
though. Not
But they
everyone,
will.
but
So
that's
that's what they'll do.
inconvenient.
Yeah, I think that is a very, very realistic fix to
Yeah.
have a second card.
Yeah.
But the argument or the question is, Now you have to have one more card.
Yeah.
You can say I always had 2 cards. Well, having 2 cards also means the risk of, this card is,
It's not
say, $1
topped up,
short.
yeah.
The other one is
yeah.
also
Can I
$1
split
short.
the payments?
You can't.
Yeah.
Now we
Yeah.
have 1 card. The other one is supposed to be a backup. This one I always keep like a
And
float.
the backup
slightly.
sometimes is not a backup.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
do you need 3 cards then?
Yeah.
Or 4?
It's not a fix.
Yeah.
Not
So
a fix.
I think these are back to about teething problem. I think on the user side we need to figure out our own way.
Where have you found the best spot to be for that card unit? I mean, would where the driver is be feasible?
So on the driver's side, I'm not saying that it's not possible, but if you have a small car, as in your the footwell, that's where you're
Yeah.
seated, right? If it's narrow, I think there is a risk of safety.
Like all the new smart cars that's coming along, those are very
The
small.
smart,
Yeah.
the actual smart, yeah.
I think that would still be quite big.
Is it?
Yeah,
I haven't
because some
been
cars.
in
I mean,
those
if you go
cars.
into so in terms of where to answer where to fit it, one of those places that you recommend. Okay, the first recommended place tends to be the one on the passenger
Passenger side, which
where if your
doesn't make
passenger's right knee.
Yeah.
Right, so nearest to the driver. So that may or may not be feasible. Why it's not feasible? If in the case of the seat, it needs to be
Moved
rolled
back and
forward
forth,
back,
yeah.
you might knock it.
Yeah.
Right. The other one is what they deem it as the hidden one, which is under the driver's seat.
Okay.
But then that also is similarly challenging, right? Imagine
you
when
move
they're
it back
fiddling
and
around.
forth as well, yeah.
I don't expect that because we say it's under the driver's seat. It's not as if it's fitted to the seat, but more likely to the floor.
On the floor, right?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
But it means you got to reach around, like you may get it the first time, you
What
may
about
miss it,
where
and
your
then the
left
cat
knee
drops.
is, the complete opposite of where the passenger has it?
So on the left knee of the driver, I think the question would then be simply, is there enough space? So how big is this processing unit of the OBU, right? The I guess the easiest size I could think of was our old 1980s Sony Walkman,
Okay.
right? So it's a little bit thick,
Oh,
right? Thicker than a
okay.
Discman. So all the
And it's quite as square and big like
it's
that?
just slightly bigger than your card. Yeah.
Going on air.
Oh,
Stand
then
by.
your card. Okay, got it.
Steve Aoki, Regard and Maisie, New York, right here on Kiss 92. All the great songs in one place. We're speaking to our senior transport correspondent from the Straits Times, Nian Tjoe, about ERP 2.0. And we're just talking about the size of it.
Yeah, we were talking about where the best place to put that second unit, where the recommended place was on where the
The
passenger's right knee
knee
sits.
Or the driver's left
knee. So we were just asking,
Yeah.
is that a spot that we can consider?
So what we're trying to find out is to put in this thing called a processing unit. This is actually where the card reader is. To you and I, it's just the card reader.
Okay.
Right? So if you put it at the driver's side, I think that makes sense on one hand. The other one is really thinking about whether there's enough space. And when enough space is not just about I can kind of fit.
I think if you got big legs, then maybe
You
you
need
won't
to be
have space.
comfortable,
lah.
though.
It's comfortable
But
and
people with
safe.
thin,
Right?
slim legs, no problem. Like me.
But what if you sit split? You
Yeah.
man
Yeah.
spread when you drive.
You man spread. I love it.
And a lot of people
That's
do.
true, actually.
A lot of people
Yeah, a
do.
lot of people do, especially when you're cruising down
Yeah.
the highway and there's no
Yeah.
traffic. You
Yeah.
tend to be less stressed.
That's true. Although I got
Yeah.
slim
So that-
legs, I open up my legs all the
So
time.
there's a question on safety. I mean, comfort and safety, because if you're uncomfortable, there's also higher chance of fatigue. And not to mention, not forgetting is the fact that when you're driving, all is fine. But when you need that instant response for if something you do not expect pop up, then can you do it safely? I
And-
think these are the things we need to figure out.
And when you're driving, you need the least distractions. And if something is sitting at your left knee and you're kind of like uncomfortable, you're going to be like trying to fiddle around
Yeah.
all the time. It just doesn't make sense to be distracted by something like that.
Actually, I reckon that it's possible to get used to it. So
Okay.
again, I mean, another old reference, we talk about how it's the size of a Walkman, right?
Yeah.
It's also roughly not too much bigger than the old CB radio that cabbies used to carry in the taxis.
What is a CB radio?
Don't know.
Okay, never mind.
It's the one where they had the
It's the,
walkie-talkie.
yeah, it's the thing
remember
when you
they
can
used to
talk and
talk?
say, your wife is looking for you, and then
Yeah.
go, yes, I'm
They
going to
like
call her
click
back.
the operator and say,
Yeah.
And CB stands for?
I have no idea.
Communication something.
Don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, but back to it is that you could get used to it. But I think there's a you need to have that margin of that extra space, not just enough space.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, and
What?
does this thing get hot? Not?
So far, my experience, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Some interesting questions. You
Because
can
I like
always
my legs. So I don't want like if
Splayed?
I'm wearing like shorts and I get like burn marks.
No,
or-
it's not an exhaust pipe on a
Like
motorcycle.
I said, I've got sexy legs. Like
Okay. You've got good man legs. You do.
a supermodel's
Yeah.
legs.
Not quite that sexy, but yeah, you've got good model legs. Okay, remember we're gonna be flashing a video. Well, not flashing, showing you a video about 5 minutes long. Our recap of our trip to Queensland last week. But thank you very much, Nian Tjoe. Thanks for coming into the studio. We look forward to seeing you again next week.
Yeah. Hey, what's up? We're supposed to have shown everyone the video like 5 minutes ago.
Well, you've been talking, so yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Nian Tjoe.
Thank you.
The only way to get out of bed.
Yeah, don't
No,
say
we-
goodbye because
yeah,
we're showing the
we
video.
are showing the video.
Okay, let's show. You can stay if you want and
Yay!
watch,
Watch
the
the
video.
video.
Yeah, if not, you don't have to. But yeah.
Produced by Ashikin
Here it
and
is.
Bryant. Woo, ladies. I'm sorry. The mic is still on.
The mic is on, yes. So this was on Tangalooma Island Resort, which is on the island of Moreton. It's a sand island, like the 4th largest sand island in the world or something.
Damn it. These two ladies wanted to go on board, so I couldn't go.
You opted to not go, actually. You opted
Nonsense.
out. You said it was too noisy. You didn't want to
Yeah,
be in a
yeah.
helicopter. We have proof. And there's a dugong down there. If you pause the video, you can actually see the dugong. And this is called the Tangalooma Rex. So these are actually shipping dredges that they threw in.
Oh, this is fun.
The ATV was so much fun, yeah. And you get to go up the hills as well.
Batman. Oh, sorry. Oh,
And
this is
was
great.
Eat Street.
Yep.
Eat Street,
At
North Shore. Yeah. So you got to take a ferry there. And oh my goodness, the amount of food that's there, FD, this would have been your
So good.
My heaven, right?
Over 70 stalls, you know, all sorts.
I was built for this.
Asian food, Western
And stages
food,
everywhere for
5
the
stages,
performers.
yeah.
Right.
So many stages, so much food.
Oh,
so,
the oysters were brilliant.
so you got to take the City Cat to the final stop.
Okay.
So the City Cat is basically their mode of transport. Instead of taking a car, you can get more than 20 stops on the Brisbane River. Yeah. Beats all the traffic. And
Oh, this is the
our
Story
Story
Bridge climb.
This was fun.
Oh, there you go.
The start of the climb. Are those your shoes, Glenn? It looks like
I don't
it.
know.
The
Yeah, I
green
wasn't-
Adidas?
No,
No? Oh.
I was wearing my Nikes.
Oh, okay. I don't know whose those were then.
Must be Andre. He's sponsored by Adidas.
Nice views.
Yeah. Not
Oh
as
my
tall
goodness.
as the Sydney Bridge, but built by the same architect who built the Sydney Bridge as well.
And this was James Street.
Yeah. This was Dinosaur Designs.
Beautiful
Everything handcrafted from resin.
And that's
Imogen and
Imogen.
Celia.
and Celia.
Yeah, they're personal shoppers, so they were taking me around.
While she was shopping, Daphne and myself were having ice cream.
And wine.
We went to the city
Wine.
winery.
Yeah. They were probably a bottle down each by the time we met up with them again.
Probably.
This was Age, Australian designer. So on James Street, it's all Australian designers, which was
Oh,
fabulous.
look at that.
Yeah.
Stunning. That's why lah.
That's why what?
They chose Angel to do this. Can you imagine if that was me?
I'm just thinking you in those clothes, not
Not
quite.
gonna
I think
work.
so. Yeah,
Not
yeah.
working.
People switch
Yeah.
off straight away.
Oh, this was at O'Reilly's.
so
our
good.
Segway.
I wanted to buy a Segway, you know.
Yeah.
$50,000 a Segway. I'm like, excuse me? But very,
A lot of
so
fun.
much fun going through the
The
rainforest.
rainforest, yeah, there's so much fun.
And it was so, it's so cool, right?
A few degrees cooler at least.
Oh, this one, I can show you my scratches.
He
Scratches
has
all
scratches,
over.
yeah. These were the king parrots.
There.
That's where they were scratching him. Look at that.
Correct.
Oh,
There. Naughty fella. This one,
The Canungra.
they were all so
wine
slow.
valley.
I downed everything.
But-
And I went out with one Shiraz.
And
but
the
that is you,
alpacas.
Alpacas. Okay, so that's Bear. We took Bear out.
And Ed Sheeran. This is Ed
This is
Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran. So cute,
He's
bear.
the cutest though.
That's James Brady.
Executive chef for
from
Rickshaws.
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 Yeah.
That was like beef with bone marrow sauce. And then this was the betel leaves and
It's
you
a
know
Thai,
very spicy
yeah.
seafood.
This was Dreamworld, our final day.
They were feeding the kangaroos lah.
Yeah.
But I didn't want the kangaroos to lick my hand. All.
Why?
Same as the alpacas. That's Dot. She's so
Yeah,
cute. She's
that's
a
your-
2.5-year-old koala.
Very
She's
cute.
the sweetest. I was about
That's
to put her in
it.
my bag, and that's it. That's the wrap up. You
What
can
about
always.
Nice.
Our drinking sessions and all that.
We
at
need
the end
to.
of
You
the
need
day.
to head to our YouTube and Facebook or our Instagram. There you go.
That was so much fun. Once again, shout out to Stella Pock.
Yeah,
Thank
for
you so
looking
much.
after us.
We
Yes.
love you.
Thank you very much. Okay, that's it for now. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye bye. Good night.
Bye.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Wait, wait,
Aussie,
wait.
Aussie, Aussie. Oh, correct.
No,
Three.
three times here.
Oh, yeah.
Bye bye.